Okay, hello and welcome back. I'm Justana and we are playing Mythic Love Iberian Legends. Okay, keep doing that. There we go. Okay, so there was some quality of life updates to the game. There's a proper splash screen now before you actually get the menu options. Excuse me. And according to their update on Steam, there's been a fast forward button has been added, which doesn't affect me because I'm not at the point where I'm playing more routes because I'm taking my time with this one. I'm not actually doing other routes off stream, though I will not deny that I am tempted. And there is a hide UI button so we can actually see their sprites. Basically we've accidentally been transported to well, that's what I was gonna do first. We've accidentally been transported to the immortal realm populated by mythic figures. I'm assuming since we're technically in the Iberian Peninsula area, all the figures are from legends from those areas, but if we were transported in, say, England, then we would be meeting figures from English folklore, or if we were in Greece or Rome, we would be meeting much more well-known mythic figures. But, well, Rome, I mean Italy. But since we're in the Iberian Peninsula region, then the mythic figures are from Spanish and Portuguese folklore, which is okay, because it's introducing me to other stories. I've really only looked at Greek and Roman mythology, a little bit of Norse and Egyptian, but not much beyond those. So I like them being introduced to other other stories. And oh look, here's the fast forward button right here. Let's see if the UA button. There we go. She's so pretty. That's such a cute outfit. I love it. And so we need to. The way we originally were accidentally transported here got broken. So we need to find another way to return to the mortal realm. So we had to pick one of 5 characters to get close to. So maybe me, I picked Coru here, who's a witch. This is Juana. She's basically some sort of horse-related mythical figure, and this is Boo. He's kind of an owl figure. The other 2 figures, one is a wolf. He has the wolf ears and tail, and then the other one, he's kind of like a shady person. Like literally, he controls shadows and stuff. So the item that brought us here was stored in this office that we're in, this study, because it's Boo's study. That's his name, Boo. And the guy managed to snag it, so now we're trying to figure out how do we get it back from him. And of course, everybody had opinions on what to do, on how to stop him. And now they're asking my character to decide what are we gonna do. Um, nope. I was hoping that would help. Well, there we go. Okay. Okay. Um, right. So this was Tiago's idea. This is Juana's idea. This is Juana. Tiago is the wolf guy, and this is Boo's idea. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, Coru. I think looking for help is the best idea. And luckily, Coru agrees with me. The music is not very loud. I have everything turned up as high as it'll go. What if I turn down my mic? That didn't really do anything. I guess we're just stuck with it. This is great. Karina agrees with my idea. So the thing that Juana wants us to do is basically there's these flowers that Guaico, that's his name, is allergic to. So she used that to get him because he kidnapped the main character in the first place. So she used that to get us away from him, or at least get him to bring us here. So now she's saying let's get more of those because just one isn't going to cut it, not in this situation. What's wrong, Coru? Come on, what's going on here? It's just I spoke out of fear earlier, but deep down, I think it would be risky to delay this any further. We should go to the cave now. See, my idea always ends up being the best. Tiago, wait. Coru, if what you're scared of is a coven, we can look for your reinforcements somewhere else. You don't need to change your... No, it's not that, I swear. Actually, I've been thinking about it too. Wasting time searching for more Equusicillors And reinforcements just gives Guaico time to flee. We need to go after him right now. Are you sure? I mean, I'm more than happy with that. I like being right. Of course he would. Don't make me regret it. Yeah, let's go to the cave now. I'm sorry, Karina, but this option has the majority now. Yeah, that settles it. Good, here we go. Juana, you know how to get in. Can you guide us? Yes, follow me. You also know how to get out, right? Yes, it's the reverse route. I can find my way through the cave maze. Last night I couldn't put it into practice because Guaico himself teleported us, but I can easily do it. Don't doubt me, mortal. If you're going to question me, you better not come. Karina isn't familiar with our world, and this is dangerous. It's only natural to ask questions. Exactly, the mortal knows nothing. The smart thing to do is shut up and trust those who do. Keep defending me, Coru. Go on, hide behind your girlfriend. What a great idea, bringing such a cowardly creature to the lair of the god of darkness. I'm nobody's girlfriend. I couldn't care less what you are, unless you get hurt, Coru. Unless you get hurt, Coru. If that happens, there won't be enough realms for the mortal to hide. Come on, let's go. Get ready, Coru. Karina, stay behind me. Karina, take my hand. Guaico will be sorry. Juana holds out her other hand as you form a circle. You're engulfed by the intense flash of so many simultaneous teleports. You close your eyes and squeeze Coru's hand, who responds with a subtle stroke of her thumb. Aww. You appear at a cave entrance. Juana steps inside with a determined stride, followed by the rest of you. You traverse a labyrinth of caverns, detours, and forks. It doesn't take long before you get disoriented. You're relieved when you reach a larger opening, behind which you recognize Guaico's lair. Juana gestures a countdown with her fingers, nerves show on the midst faces as they prepare to fight. So Juan Caballo holds a Kulkazor in one hand and a riding crop in the other as she scans from side to side, searching for the god of darkness. Wu has summoned an archaic-looking grimoire and is whispering something in Old Castilian. What kind of spell is he casting? Yaku is standing next to him with a calm expression, but you're sure he's more worried than he looks like. Without noticing you're staring at him, he takes a combat stance and clears his throat. See, there's his sail. Lastly, behind Boo is Coru, trembling. She notices you watching her, smiles at you, and gently pulls you to her side. Her terrified expression turns into a more determined one, even brave, while she activates her flame. Ah! Is she forcing the expression to cheer you up, or did the sight of you cheer her up? Regardless, you're happy to see she's calming down. Juana's countdown reaches 0, and one leap you all cross the threshold of the lair at the same time. You look around, tense and alert, searching for the god of darkness. But the lair is empty, no sign of Guaico or its horrendous shadows. Where is he? Let's check every corner. He could be hiding. I think he's fled. Coward. Goodbye to any chance to talk to him. Talk? This Ecclesiacor isn't for talking. It's in case of emergency. We must ask him for an explanation first. Give him a chance. He's been abusing your chances for decades. It's not the same. I agree with Boo. What does it matter? He's gone. Let's make sure of that before we do anything else. The group splits up. You follow Coru to a corner at the back of the cave. Guaico is nowhere to be found indeed, but traces of his personality fill every corner. Literally, the walls are covered in scribbles. You recognize sketches of the terrifying shadow creatures. You study them up close. They're not just scribbles, but careful, detailed paintings. The strokes are precise. It's clear the colors have been chosen and mixed with intent. These shadowy figures feel just as unsettling as the real ones. Guaico makes these? Coru looks at the paintings with bewilderment, but also with fascination. I assume he's made them, right? Unless the shadows have a huge ego and an unknown creative drive. They scare me a bit, I won't lie. They're too realistic. Coru steps back, probably unwittingly, but she can't take her eyes off the paintings. But aesthetically, they're fascinating, that's undeniable. You pass through the cave, observing the walls. The shadows give way to a different kind of painting. Wild plants and flowers, vibrantly colored insects, and all kinds of birds, from tiny sparrows to imposing vultures. They're all gorgeous. You can't look away. Glance at Coru tells you she's still hypnotized by those works of art. There's something about them that makes it impossible to stop admiring them. Coru doesn't seem to hear you. She's mesmerized by the paintings. You wave at her, trying to get her attention, but she ignores you, so you keep moving along the cave, admiring the decorated walls. You come across another wall overflowing with colorful figures. This time it's not specters, plants, or birds filling the surface. They're portraits of people, strange creatures, and legendary-looking animals. Most of the myths don't look familiar, but you do recognize some faces from the gala. You study them more closely, searching for a familiar face. Boo is the easiest to spot. His silver hair is unmistakable, and he's one of the few myths who wears glasses. Why did Guico draw owl wings on him? Is that his true form or an artistic interpretation? You assume the latter. Boo wouldn't be so concerned about his myth form if it were just a pair of wings. You find Juana. Guico has captured her defiant gaze, the silkiness of her hair, suggestive curves. She's depicted dancing, which makes the painting dynamic and gives it a captivating energy. Coru's portrait is soft, innocent. Her hair is painted strand by strand. Not a single detail is missed. The witch is hugging a plush-like ball you immediately recognize as El Coco, with the thin little legs and huge eyes. Guico has nailed both of them. Coru, look, you're so cute! Coru comes closer and stares at the wall. Okay, I don't know why it's being slow. Oh, this is adorable! I love it, and I love a keychain with that design of El Coco. Oh, speaking of which, there is a El Coco plush. There is a website for the Coco plush, so you could actually have an El Coco for yourself. So cute. Coru observes the rest of paintings of myths and creatures. This is as bad as when I was doing the demo. Boo and Wada look great as well, and Sana, Gamu, Drac, all of them. Wait a second, where's Tiago? He didn't paint him? That'd be weird. Very, very weird. They hate each other, that's probably why. Coru bursts out laughing. Yeah, they definitely did not get along. I'm sorry. It just, let's say I don't think those two hate each other as much as they claim. Quite the opposite. Oh, interesting. But I'm sure even they're not aware of that. Coru stares at the wall again. She squints, steps back a bit more, and smiles. Look, there! You stare at where she's pointing and finally see it. Tiago's portrait is larger than the rest. Much larger. It's placed at the center of the mural, and it looks even more detailed than the others. You compare it to the real Tiago, who is approaching you at this very moment. What are you looking at with such interest? They are identical. The shape of his fringe is an exact match. Slight tilts of one ear compared to the other, his usual half smile. Oh, look, that's Drac, and the professor, and Juana, and you. Guico made these? Did I get a painting? I doubt so. My beauty is not easy to capture. Oh, Tiago has noticed his own portrait. His face suddenly straightened and turned red. He's made you look divine. I can't deny it's impressive. The resemblance is almost scary. He's captured my dazzling beauty perfectly. He says it as a joke, feigning indifference, but he blushes a little more. Next to him, Coru tries to hold her laugh. Tiago squints as he studies the portrait. Is that my little mole on my left ear? How is that possible? It's minuscule and covered by my hair. Almost no one even knows I have it. You look at the left ear, the real Tiago's left ear. There it is, a tiny brown spot, so subtle it's hard to see. Especially now that his ears and cheeks are flushed bright red. Well, it's not that strange that he noticed, right? I'm used to everyone analyzing me, picking up on me. Of course, that must be it. What are you implying? Actually, this should scare me. I'm sure he was studying me to figure out how to defeat me. Yes, exactly. This is terrifying. I feel watched, stalked. I don't like it. Sure, sure. Coru keeps holding her laugh but doesn't say anything else. Wonder what this means. Tiago looks away, blushing more and more. You think it's an incredible work of art. It means he admires you. That would be nice. I mean, it's always nice when people admire you. I know what I'm talking about. I highly recommend it. It's normal that even the cow admires me, right, Coru? Yeah, he's some kind of, ungulate. I don't think he's a cow. Whoops. That's what I wanted. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Glauco is supposed to be. Sure, of course. Have you found anything? Wow. Lou looks at the walls in admiration. So does Juana, who's just stopped beside him. Did Glauco pick these? It's incredible, right? Especially Tiago's. Coru. They're all extraordinary. This explains the quality of the designs in these notes. Look. Professor Boo shows you a notebook filled with numbers, equations, diagrams, letters, and detailed sketches. One of the portable portal, another of its internal mechanisms, another with the design and patterns of the beautiful gown he wore at the gala. I'm sure the notes for his plan are in this notebook. This is gold. Look, this page contains the design for a custom spell. Maybe he developed it to repair the portable portal. Or to do sort of the same purpose as a portable portal without needing his own. But the entire notebook is written in code. I can't read it, not without decoding it first. Could it be in Basque? Glauco is Basque? Calling Basque a code is a bit much, Professor. No, it's not Basque. Look, it's encrypted. Only this specific phrase is written in Basque. We could start there. Does anyone know how to read it? You look at the line of the professor's pointing to. It says, Ekaineren Hogeita Hiruko Guarian. I'm tempted to actually try to translate it. I'm sure it is an actual phrase. But of course, I don't speak any. It's been years since I studied any Spanish. And it certainly wasn't Basque. It was, as I said last week, it was Spain Spanish. Okay, no, K. No, not you. I. There we go. Run. Translated from Basque. Okay. Yeruko. Why again? So, let's change this to Basque. See if we get anything. Yep, on the 23rd of June. Okay, so the first one is actually correct. Everyone likes that. Everyone looks at you with curiosity. It's great that you speak Basque, Karina. Yeah, you spared me from having to look it up in the dictionary and from having to find the dictionary. I wonder where I put it. Good, let's not waste any more time. We already know the when Gueco is going to carry out its plan, whatever it is, the day after tomorrow. Great, now we just need to figure out the where, the what, the why, the... Yeah, we get it. A lot of things. Almost everything. But the location is the most crucial. If we find it, we can stop him. We'll figure out what he's plotting later. Okay, and how do we find it? The answer is probably in this notebook, but we don't know for sure, and I can't promise I'll be able to decipher it in time. Well, let's think of another option. What if we ask someone? We have to keep this a secret. We don't want to cause a panic. Now would be a good time to regain your power, Coru. You know that's not up to me. That hasn't been fully proven. What if you try to leave her alone? What we need to do is arm ourselves to the teeth. This time, for real. Are you really going to start arguing again, here in the middle of the cave? You're considering whether to interrupt them again when something moves in the darkness. Everyone falls silent instantly. Fauna gives the order in an almost imperceptible whisper. Hide, now. The group splits up and moves at full speed in absolute silence. Coru grabs your hand and drags you with her toward a crack in the wall. A very narrow crack. You barely fit inside together, but you force your way in as best you can. Your bodies are pinned against each other, the rest under the crevice at your backs. You're so close now that your abdomens are almost into contact. Your heart is racing. You worry that Coru might notice and think you're a coward, or worse, that she might assume your pulses quicken because of how close you are. Wait, which one is it? And why does it suddenly matter what she thinks? She's just your way back home, right? What do you do? Save. Okay, so there's 20 pages with 6 save slots on each, which means my brain did not brain right last time, and I said it, well, the first week, and I said it was like 120 save spots. No, 240. Try to calm yourself, focusing on your breathing. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhaling. Coru smells like wildflowers. Is that her usual scent? And is it hers, or do all witches smell the same? Or maybe could it be a fragrance she chose for the gala? Wait a second, if it is a perfume, did she put it on for you? For your date at the gala? No, impossible. She doesn't actually like you. It's just because you're a human. Even though a part of you wishes it were true. These thoughts aren't helping you calm down. Quite the opposite. You should change your approach. For example, you could focus on Coru's breathing. She sure is calmer than you. Not at all. She is on the verge of hyperventilating. The closeness lets you feel her heartbeat racing. Of course, it doesn't matter that she's a myth who's used to these things. She's scared of Guaco. Her powers are weakened. Wait, are you sure that's the reason? Are her nerves due to fear, or to your bodies brushing against each other, or maybe to both? Those thoughts are once again getting on your nerves, so you decide to look outside, to focus on something else, whatever is approaching through the cave. It'd be funny if it was El Coco. It doesn't take long for the shadows to appear. They're terrifying, straight out of your worst nightmares, and there are so many of them. They roam the cave, sniffing around, trying to find any trace of intruders. Wait a minute. Of course, they're looking for you. They recognize your human scent. They're going to find you because of you. You should have stayed at the Cerro. What do you do? Take Coru's hand. Coru returns the gesture, squeezing your hand. Your nerves only get worse. It's true, this won't solve anything. You need to stay calm. Besides, on the Cerro, they would have found you too, right? And there would have been no one to protect you. Or to get hurt. Here, you're not so sure. You're surprised to find yourself wishing that nothing happens to the myths. Especially Coru. They become friends! Especially Coru! Cutie pie. Damn it, when did you start putting their safety before your own? One of the shadows approaches your crevice. Coru also senses the danger. She raises her hand and crosses 2 fingers ready to light her flame. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice movement on the opposite wall of the cave. It's Wada, appearing from her crevice. She's waving her arms up and down, trying to get Coru's attention, but she doesn't see her. Now that's Juana's outfit. Holy yes. Okay, I'm doing Juana's route next. As soon as I finish this one. A look of relief appears on Juana's face when she sees that you've noticed. She forms a cross with her forearms, shakes her head, and mouths the word no. Coru is about to light it. What do? Huh? Coru is taken aback, but she obeys and lowers her hand. The shadow keeps sniffing around the area, getting closer and closer and closer. Stops at the opening of the crevice. It turns around. If it turns around, it will see you. The tension is killing you. You want to cry. A noise echoes from the back of the cave. A sharp thud, like a small metallic object falling on the ground. It's subtle, but enough for the shadow to decide to ignore the crevice and slither away in that direction. You both breathe a sigh of relief. You look at Coru and notice one of her earrings is missing. She winks, but immediately notices the tear that slipped out and rolled down your cheek. She brings her hand closer, gently cups your face, and wipes it away with her thumb. You can't help but let out a nervous little laugh. Coru gestures for silence with her other hand, but a small smile slips out and she blushes. Despite the fear, her reaction makes your heart melt. We'll go with this. You're interrupted by two arms that grab you by the wrist and drag you out of the crevice. You almost scream in fright, but it's just Tiago and Juano, with Boo behind them, watching the shadows that have gathered in the background. Without giving you time to look at anything else, they drag you towards the exit, silently but quickly. The shadows don't turn around. You remain silent as you make your way back through the caves until you reach the entrance to the mountain. Without stopping for a second, you take each other's hands and teleport back to Cerro del Boo. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my! I nearly peed myself, that was terrifying. Karina, are you okay? Yeah, thank goodness you were by my side. Same here. She sure was by your side. Very close. So close. Oh, of course. I told you these two. No, don't get the wrong idea. The hiding spot was really tight. Oh, how inconvenient. Let's change the subject. We should talk about what's important. Coru shoots you a fleeting look, her cheeks burning red. Why couldn't she use her flame? Guaco's magical domes don't just affect teleportation. They interfere with the magic in general, except for his own, of course. And they don't just block it, they act as a sort of alarm. The shadows would have detected the origin of her light. They would have known exactly where Coru was. That's why the Equality Core is so useful. Not only does it have a strong effect on Guaco, but it's also unaffected by his defenses. Good thing you stepped in. Thanks. We have to come up with a plan. Oh no, here we go again. Let's try not to argue, please. This time will be easier. We have plenty of time. A day and a half isn't plenty of time. Well, it's more than we thought we had. More than the 50 minutes we had before. Exactly. Guys, it doesn't matter. How do we proceed? You're right. So what do we know so far? We know Guaco plans to do something the day after tomorrow at night. But we don't know what or where. However, we have this encrypted notebook. The answers are probably in here. I don't like that, probably. We're not sure. It's also not guaranteed that you'll be able to decrypt it in time. There's something I'm not getting. Even if Guaco managed to repair the portable portal, he can't use it, right? It's linked to me and Karina. That's a good point. Maybe he's figured out how to change the owner of the portable portals. If that's true, this information could help Karina return to the mortal realm. I'm actually starting to enjoy the current method. Right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, we need to find Guaco. And after we find him, we have to defeat him. That's the tricky part. We don't have to defeat him, we have to convince him. Sure, but just in case, Professor, I don't trust him. Especially not in our current state. 4 myths with their powers weakened and a human armed with nothing but an Equality Core against a god of darkness and his army of shadows doesn't sound very promising. Yeah, I guess you're right. So what do we prioritize? Deciphering the notebooks, searching every nook and cranny, getting more weapons, everything seems important. We should split up. That was my thought. You're glad to see that Juana not only doesn't question you, but shows interest in what you're saying. That's not a bad idea. We don't all have to do the same thing. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be inefficient. And this way, we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. We have a better chance that someone will succeed. I agree with the creature. I'm still a creature, hmm?